on the hour. Your home for original reporting. I'm Matt Piper in New York. The Pentagon has notified military units in the U.S. that they should be prepared to deploy to Europe if the NATO alliance requests them, as tensions with Russia over its buildup on the border of Ukraine rise. 8,500 of them, as our Cammie McCormick reports.
These troops have been told to be ready for anything.
Up to 8,500, and I want to stress it's up to 8,500. Again, no decisions to deploy have been made. So this is about getting units on an advanced heightened alert. That doesn't mean they're necessarily going anywhere.
Pentagon spokesman John Kirby says they would be part of a NATO rapid response force, but could be called upon for other missions.
The Secretary wants us postured to be ready for any other contingencies as well.
Though the units haven't been identified, they can focus on anything from logistics and medical support to intelligence gathering and aircraft maintenance.
The U.S. just last night ordered embassy families out of Ukraine. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki says the evacuation of Americans from Afghanistan is not the model for Americans currently in Ukraine.
There is not an intention for there to be an evacuation along those lines, so we are conveying to American citizens they should leave now.
The prosecutor looking into former President Trump's efforts to overturn the 2020 election is allowed to seat a special grand jury this spring. She asked that grand jury have subpoena power. Back to school for these Michigan students. CBS's Jennifer Kuiper says they returned to the building for the first time since a deadly shooting nearly 2 months ago.
On November 30th, 4 Oxford high school students were killed and 6 others, along with the teacher, were injured. Since January 10th, students had been attending classes at other buildings. In welcoming students back, Principal Steve Wolf says in a video message,
We are reclaiming our high school back.
An Oxford high school spokesperson says the resumption of classes went very well.
The Supreme Court will consider a pair of cases involving the use of race in admissions processes. Legal analyst Jessica Levinson.
Only 5 years ago, the court upheld a race-conscious admissions program out of Texas. So the court's decision to hear these cases dealing with admissions programs at Harvard and the University of North Carolina may mean that it wants to change the law because the composition of the court has changed.
A fire that broke out Friday in California's Big Sur is about 30% contained. CBS's Danya Backus.
Cal Fire officials say it's unusual to have a wildfire on the coast this time of year. And despite months of record-breaking rain and snow, the National Weather Service described the fast-moving fire as surreal.
A huge bounce back on Wall Street today. After being in the red most of the day, the Dow gained 99, NASDAQ up 86, S&P gaining 12. This is CBS News.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I want to thank you for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.